This show is recommended for adults only. Developers and infrastructure guys, you'll be safe, but some of the gratuitous hacking we'll show tonight will scare your managers and CEOs. Welcome to 0 Days, New Zealand's favourite hacking show. My name's Jeremy Virus and I'll be infecting your screens today. But the show's not just all about me. We have two wonderful teams competing against each other to do their best 0-day exploits. Team 1, on my right, is headed up by a man that looks like a slightly less hairy and perhaps less good-looking version of myself, Mr. Kirk Jackson. And Team 2 is headed up by a man that needs no introduction among people that already know him, Mr. Andy Prow. Leaders of our two teams, it's now over to you to introduce the rest of your team.
G'day. So my name's Kirk, this is Andy.
How are you?
I work at Xero to make the world's easiest accounting system. Today, Team 1, we're going to be the technical hackers. Last year, I was a boring old developer that made problems in people's websites. But this year, Team 1, you guys are with me. We're the technical folk. We're going to hack in the most nefarious ways possible.
So you're going to be the technical hacker. So just like last year, you've got to wear your technical hacker garb, mate. As all hackers should do.
But I can't see.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Beautiful. Team 2. So I'm Andy Prow. I run Aura Software Security. So we do this kind of hacking and stuff all day long. And Team 2, we're actually going to be the social engineers today. So we're going to be the socialites. Kirk's going to be the technicians. We're going to be the socialites. We're going to achieve the same sort of hacks. Maybe, maybe not. That's what we're going to be looking at today.
Okay, so everyone's seen Trade Me Deals or firstin.co.nz or all these websites which have bargains that last 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. But today we're going to look at a website where the bargains last for 0 days. So on the 0 Days website you can go in and buy stuff. So let's just have a look. Party or a Tonka truck.
I need two.
If you want something else to do during TechEd. Okay, so what can you do? So you can log on to the site. If you don't have a login, you can register. So I might just do that. So my username, I'm entering a username Kirk. My email address that you can email me later if you want a good time. My password. Yeah, that's a lie. Cool. Cool, so now I'm registered for the site. I'll be able to buy stuff on the site. Also on the site there's a job vacancies section. And even though Xero's currently the best place in Wellington to work, I'm looking for a new job. There's a web developer job and a customer service job. Unfortunately I'm crap at both of those, but I'll apply anyway. So what do you do to apply? You upload your CV, Word doc or text file, enter some information about yourself, and then click apply.
Nice, nice.
That's pretty much the site. Buy stuff, apply for jobs.
Functional website. No, I guess being TechEd, I'm assuming that it's good at .NET.
Yes, that's right.
.NET 4?
That's right. ASP.NET MVC.
Nice, nice. Visual Studio 2010?
I think that's
of
what
course.
they used.
SQL 2008?
Yes,
of course. IAS 7?
Of course.
Okay, so I guess so last time we were doing one of these hackettes, we had a site that was vulnerable to lots of the low-level attacks. You might have seen the cross-site scripting, the cross-site reverse forgery, some SQL injection. Well, the latest site this year is in fact protected against all of those. So this year I think we'll have to get a little more creative on our attacks.
Sounds good to me, especially since I get to do the technical stuff. So yeah, the person who built the site obviously came along to our talk last year, available for download at msteched.com and in a store near you. So let's find out from Jeremy what our challenge is for today.
Okay teams, you've seen the website. Now here's your challenge.
Okay, so what do we have to do? We have to find out who the owner or admin of this website is.
Well, that's quite good. I guess if you're doing a bit of research before you want to break into the site, you want to learn as much as you can about them. So who administers or looks after it? That's a good start.
He'll figure out the admin structure of the site and then break in and find something juicy.
Ooh, no, I like that. That
So,
sounds like fun. So Team 2, we up for socially engineering into this site? 4 people are. Yes!
Okay, now, because that was kind of lame. Team 1, should we technically hack this website?
Yeah. Technicians, the socialites, are we going to hack in socially?
That was better. And also, since they're social, they've probably got a friend sitting next to them.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And they'll be
Cool.
tweeting a bunch of other friends as well, so we're just
Yeah.
going to nail it.
yeah, okay, whatever. Cool, and there's a prize. So,
Ooh, now the
from
prize.
the Hackhead prize coffers, we found a prize worth retail price of 25,000 New Zealand dollars.
So that
It
again?
is an Audi A4.
No.
Isn't that your car?
Bloody not.
Okay.
No.
It is an MSDN Ultimate subscription.
Ultimate subscription.
Visual Studio
So how
Ultimate.
much is that worth?
$25,000.
So we're going to give
I'm
away
not sure
a
how many people
$25,000
pay
prize.
$25,000.
That's insane. Why would you give away
$25,000. Cool. So your challenge is to remember some things from this talk, because in our second talk, which is
At 2:55 this afternoon in the same
2:55,
theatre.
okay, so 2 hours away, we're going to ask some skill questions, and perhaps you could win it. Cool. Your manager will be very happy.
That's very groovy. You could spare one for me?
You can just drive the Audi.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to go first. So my first challenge is to figure out who the admin of the site is. Technically, my first challenge is to find out who the admin of the site is. Any other words you want to throw in there?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm good.
Spaghetti. So something that people do when this is actually reasonably straightforward. People do when they register a domain name is they enter their details. So the first place we'd look is to see who's actually registered bargains.com. So if you're following along from home, just enter a whois query in. Okay, so blah blah blah. Don't use this for hacking. Blah blah blah. You can
Did I hear a
ignore
crowd
that.
call for font size? Ah.
Yes.
It's from one of the socialites. Can you not read that?
We're using the optimal resolution as well.
Everyone uses 1280 by 720,
Yes.
which is what these are, which we thought was a great resolution to use.
I just checked that we're using.
Oh, shut up. Okay.
That just ruined the next bit.
Do.
I just checked. I'm using 1280 by 720.
I think you were. Yes.
I am. So there's not much I can do about that.
No.
Okay, but I can read it to you.
We will do.
Yes, I've done that already. So it's already at the maximum.
You can do that too, though.
See, yeah, cool. Okay, so basically it says that arnie.blunt@gmail.com is the owner of this domain name.
Arnie.blunt at bargains.com.
At bargains.com. Cool, thanks
Yes,
for
reading it out
actually
loud.
knowing how to
Because
read.
I can read it from here.
Cool. So the next thing I want to do is figure out what his login is for the bargains.com site. So you remember when I signed
We
up
can
as
see that.
Kirk, I entered a login name that's different from my email address. So first let's see if arnie.blunt is the login. Okay, it says the username or password provided is incorrect. So that's kind of unhelpful because we don't know if it's the username that's wrong or the password that's wrong. So this person's following, I think, our suggestions, which is to not give anything away on your login screen.
That's quite good. I think that last year we did say invalid username and then invalid password, which did kind of give away a little too much information at the login screen. So at least this one's been locked down a little bit better than last year.
But maybe they forgot to do that on the sign-up screen. So let's try using that arnie.blunt username with my email address, pageofwords.com. Please pause while I type a secret password. Cool, username already exists. Okay, I'm finished. I know that arnie.blunt is the username for this site.
Okay, so that was the
That's it.
first part of our challenge.
That was a technical way.
At least
Let's see how
find
social
out
people do it.
Who administers the site and who is therefore one of the users we could try and break into later on. So I'm going to use a slightly different technique with one of these windows that's hiding back here. So later on, Kirk's going to use some pretty technical hacking tools. I myself right now am going to kick into one of the most devastating hacking tools around. Facebook. So Facebook's pretty scary. So I'll tread carefully so as not to cause it too much damage. So Kirk went through and he had to look up the DNS entry of who managed the site, did some juju. So I'm going to go for Facebook, and so bargains.com, eh? So could there be any information that socially I can pick up about bargains.com from the likes of Facebook? So there's probably a couple of steps I'm going to have to do here. First of all, I need to look for, I'm not sure if it's better in focus or out of focus.
Who's that?
No, I prefer the fuzzy one. The out of focus. Arnie Blunt looks far better. So, okay, on Facebook we can happen to see that Arnie Blunt is the lead marketing guy for bargains.com. Currently I work at bargains.com, high profile marketing role managing the website. Email me at arnieblunt@bargains.com. Well, I think we may have just found out the same bit of information that you're after there, chappie. So, if I followed the same steps here, I would be exactly where you were without anything technical whatsoever. I purely use Facebook just to find the information I need. Arnie is serving it up there to the world. You gotta love it.
Okay, good old Facebook. That's why everyone loves Facebook. So don't follow me on Facebook because I'm not on there. Okay, so my next challenge is to figure out where the admin section is on the site.
Perfect. So you're gonna hop over to the other machine to do that? So, I guess one of the interesting things that, so just using like the likes of Facebook as a social engineering, just while Kirk fires up the other machine there, is it used to be that you're worried about the cyber criminals from Russia or Slovakia, China, the big crime syndicates. Were you worried about these script kiddies, the malicious employees, perhaps the ex-employees that you've sacked? Well, now probably one of the biggest threats you've got is your own marketing team. So there you are. You're busily writing your lovely, secure .NET websites. What are the requests coming into you? We want to be on Facebook, Twitter. Can we stick some better ads, some Google Analytics, a bunch of Facebook likes and shares? So we've seen many a perfectly safe and secure website destroyed through marketing. Any marketers out here? Marketing. No, good. We've got no marketers.
Cool. Okay, so
that's good.
So what I'm going to do first is just look at the source code because I'm a geek. So that's what you do. Go and look at what JavaScript libraries they're doing, critique their CSS, and see if there's any information bubbling up that might be useful. So one site that I looked at had a JavaScript menu with a couple of comments in front of some juicy stuff that showed me what was in their site. So let's have a look in this one. So this is just the source of the home page. Gee, there's a lot of stuff. So in here there's a nice juicy commented out section with some URLs in it. /intranet/order status /intranet/view job applications. Aha. That's interesting. So obviously the developer used the wrong kind of comments in ASP.NET to remove the stuff from the navigation. But I want to find out what's deep buried within that intranet, and I also want to find out if the intranet URL is correct or not. Now one of the nice features of ASP.NET MVC is when you type an incorrect URL, you get a different response than if you type a correct URL. So if there's a route, you get a different error. So if I type in ASDF, I'll get a 404 error. Well, looks pretty, doesn't it? And if I type in intranet, I get a 302 error redirecting me to the login page. So we can use this for our nefarious needs.
But it's very convenient though, isn't it? At least it means that people can't get to your restricted parts of the website because you force them to a login page.
That's right. So you're doing the right thing, but it does expose what your intranet URL is. Okay, so this is a tool called Burp, and it's like a lot of proxy tools that sit in between your browser and a website so that you can fiddle with stuff on the way through. There's another one called Fiddler, but the thing that Burp does is it lets you do lots of different kind of attacks. So as well as having a proxy, you can spider across the site, scan for different vulnerabilities, sequence attacks, decoding attacks, comparing stuff. The one I'm going to do today is an intruder attack. So here I've got an HTTP query, which you don't need to read, it just says get/intranet.
Can you kind of read that, or is that less like...
No, it's just not. It's okay. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show was that when how it looks different for valid and invalid URLs. So you can insert these little squiggly markers, and they're substitution points in BERT, and then you BERT and Ernie were friends.
So you put those around the T at the end of intranet. Was that what I saw?
Yep.
On my tiny little screen.
So I've put substitutions around T, and I'm going to put for the last letter of the word intranet every character from A to Z and see what happens. So I load a list of the characters from A to Z,
and I 26 payloads.
26 payloads.
That makes sense.
Yep, that's good. You know your alphabet. Cool. And then I can start this intrusion attack, and it runs all 26 queries against my site. So you can see how you could do this with thousands of English words, or even more if you had the time to do it. And then it puts them in the nice table and shows the HTTP status code. You'll see that the status is different for the letter T, and you can drill into each of these and look at the actual header and the response that we get back from the website. So now we know that intranet is a valid URL. Let's look at URLs underneath intranet. So what you can do with BERT is give it a fuzzing file, so a file full of words. And we've got one that we prepared earlier. It's just got 4 words or 6 words or something like that in it. Didn't want to be here all day. So and I've got a payload of...
Presumably before you ran it, surely wouldn't you update where you were looking in the URL?
Yeah, that would have been a really good thing to put in our script, and I probably should have done that. Cool, so what I needed to do was say where I want to put this substitution in my URL. So after the word intranet, I'm going to put one of these fuzzing words. So intranet / and then one of my payloads. So view jobs, view applications, view job applications. I got a different error code. So now I know that intranet / view job applications is a valid page on this site. And I could keep going on for quite a while and basically spider the whole website underneath the admin section.
Indeedy. Well, so as well as just the spider, I guess it is really fuzzing, isn't it? So again, if you thought that they were other view, edit, create, delete users, you can put together a bunch of different URLs and just fuzz them all at the website, seeing which ones return back as either a non-existent page or a page that does exist, but you're going to have to log in before you get there. So it's quite useful. So if we look at our initial 2 targets, so before we start hacking in and getting the juicy stuff out of the database, you have successfully told me who my admin is, and you've got a technique now for how you're going to find out all of the juicy URLs at the back end.
Yep, I'm pretty darn clever.
That's a good start. Now, so that's team 1. Go team 1. It's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Now
you see, hey. So
we're a team full of winners.
Now, so team 2. So in team 2, we're not going to use any groovy technical tools to do that. We're going to say social engineering. We're using the layer 8 in the ISO model, the dumb user layer. And so when I'm thinking dumb users, Facebook. No, I'm sorry. Are there lots of Facebook users here? Yeah, I'll dumb down the
No one's going to put their hand up now, are they?
No, sorry. Me. Yeah. Well, let's just say when I logged in, so I was going to use like Andy.Prow as the user, and there was all these nasty comments and dumb pictures of drunken parties, and it's a dangerous, dangerous place. So, what I'm doing, I'm going to hop back to my Facebook page. Bing, there he is, Arnie. Now, as we would have found on our bargains.com website, we see these little like it links. Now, for those of you who are...
I hate those like it links.
Do you? Yeah, but you don't like Facebook at all, so how do you like the like it links on the site you don't like?
I like my payslip. I went to our payroll company's website and I logged in and it said 8 people liked my payslip.
Were you one of those people?
Well, obviously I like my payslip.
Oh, well, that's good.
Who else likes my
That's
payslip?
good. That's good. Because, you know, when Rod logs it and you say, Kirk really dislikes his payslip, it sucks. Yeah, okay. This is why you're looking for web development jobs, isn't it? So, we look at like, so what's like it? What's this about? So, what we can do is you find these strewn all over the internet if you're avid Facebook users, and you can say, I liked this page, stick it on my wall as one of my favourite pages. Now,
Stick it on my wall.
as one of my favourite pages.
Poke me.
with one of my favourite pages?
Okay.
Dude. So, now the glasses and the hat. Yeah, it's, no. So what we're going to do on the Like It pages is, let me jump back to, we'll see them all over this website. And what we'll do is, this is where marketing are not only one of your huge dangers because they do dumb things. Marketing are also one of your huge dangers because they make you do dumb things. So they're actually infectious when it comes to dumbness. And the reason I say that is that, so they've come along and they said, yes, we want Bargains.com to get some high ratings. Let's get it in Facebook. Let's everybody get liking Bargains.com. So what we'll do, Boff, they said to a junior dev, go stick Like It's all over the website. So the junior dev, being the smart cookie that he was, or she was, went and searched. Ooh. Oh, okay, I can do that. Oh, look, you bookmarked it for me. Oopsie. Thank you. So, what we're looking at here, we're looking at the site master page. And what the dev's gone and done is they've just done a quick look up on how do you embed Like It links. It's easy peasy. It's an iframe. Gorgeous. It goes back to Facebook.com, widgets, like, blah, 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 blah. And then all we pass is our site. And look, let's make it universally reusable. We'll just stick the raw URL of the page that we're on, boff. We've got a Like It link, pre-put together. It works on any page in our whole website. That's a bit of genius.
That's awesome.
That is awesomely awesome.
Let's go home by far. Awesome.
I reckon it is, eh? Yeah. So, let me jump back to my hiding browser down here. Bing. Okay. So what I've got, in fact, it was laying in the window a minute ago. Yay. So, we go to these Like It links, and what do they do? So if we click on one of those, it logs us into Facebook and we say we like it. Now what Arnie has done, in his infinite wisdom, is gone through and every single page he's found, he's gone, I like it, I like it, I like it. Lots of people love Bargains.com. It's got at least one major friend.
Where'd you get that picture from?
From your Facebook. You haven't logged in for so long, you haven't seen how hacked it's become, have you? It is trashed. Anyway, I wasn't going to let you know that. So what have we got here? So Arnie likes a bunch of Bargains.com websites. Okay, well let's have a look-see. Well, you may or may not know this, but when you put one of those Like It links in, and when you tell Facebook what you like, well it takes it literally. You could like the Bargains.com vacancy, the intranet, the view job applications, or even the view job applications where user ID equals Rebecca. Whatever you ask Facebook and tell it that you like, that's what you like. OMG. So Arnie actually likes Rebecca's job application. That's quite handy. So Rebecca might want to make Arnie a friend. I guess this does work, doesn't it?
And she might.
You know, exactly. And she might do this poking things. So what have we got here? So what we've actually found, so our target was to get hold of the admin URLs. Now, in fact, we've got a little bit more than that. And I guess if you wanted to go a little further, maybe the URLs, the parameter, the query string might have contained some encrypted values. It could have contained something you could use in a replay attack. Who knows? Basically, what you're saying on these Like It links is, hey, Facebook, stick this on my wall in its entirety. So what we've done here is just through plain stupidness, Arnie has given us the full list of all the admin URLs. So there we go. We have achieved target 2. Okay, Cougar runs on.
It's commercial time! Let's buy it!
Ooh, commercial in the middle.
Tweet.
Nugget. Tweet.
And
Nugget.
of
Info.
from
A.
tech
Ed.
breakout
Session.
and
Go.
into
The.
draw
2.
win
1.
of
10.
Microsoft keyboard
And
mouse
prize.
packs.
Yay! So we did that because we thought this wasn't too exciting. But we have to have a message from our sponsors.
And there's some related content. So tweet nuggets during the thing.
So have you all been tweeting nuggets?
Welcome back to 0 Days. I hope you saw some stuff you wanted to buy on the ad break. We'll get straight into it. Over to you, contestants.
That was great.
Okay, so we're on to item number 3 now. So we've had a bit of a play. We've done some little bit of research, shown the difference between the technical and social engineering. Now we actually want to break into the site and get the juicy. I believe the word was juicy, wasn't it?
Cool. So juicy.
Juicy.
So now I want to actually do something that you might not have seen before. And we've had this cleared by Microsoft Security Response Team. So,
Did you?
yes, I did actually. It was a long drawn out email conversation. So, so this site lets us upload stuff. So last time we were able to upload malicious ASPX pages and run them on the server. And you can trust me that that doesn't work this time. So we need to find out some other nefarious thing we can do by posting a job vacancy reply on this website. So I'll log back in as myself. Cool. So I can submit my CV here, browse to files and upload them. Cool. So let's see what sort of files I can upload. Now, there's lots of websites out on the internet that let you upload files. There's Flickr where you can upload images, there's YouTube where you can upload videos, and there's your SharePoint installation where you can upload Word documents. So let's have a look at some of these type of things. Let's start off with a GIF file. So let's make a GIF because I'm a graphical kind of person.
Well, you need to be a web designer.
Yes,
Your new job role.
Yeah, I was actually going for the customer service because I'm so nice. Cool, so let's make a GIF. My GIF. Cool. I wonder why I saved an empty file. Okay, let's do some art in it.
Ooh. That's quite pretty.
Yeah, this is my new company logo. Cool. Okay, so that's my GIF file. I can save that and use it. So it didn't actually save it as a GIF, so let's do that again. It's GIF. Cool. So let's see if I can upload this GIF file to the Hackhead site first, just to see how well that works. Not Hackhead, that was last year. What's this talk called?
It's bargains this year, mate.
Let's see if I can upload the GIF file to the bargain site. Okay, file upload was unsuccessful. Please correct the errors below and try again. The file mygif.gif has an invalid extension. So it's checking on the server side that it's a text or a doc file. So that's kind of cool. Good on me, I mean the developer. But there's some things that you can do to GIF files that are kind of interesting, so let's have a look at them. In my malicious directory here, I have some handy files that I sourced from the internet, such as bomb recipes, which are apparently in Old Latin, the floor plan of a very dark building, and some other content also in Latin. So let's see if we can hide them inside the GIF file. So you've probably seen in JPEG files there's an EXIF section, which is where your camera's making model is stored. You could potentially stash something in there, but GIF files have got a special property in them. So let's make a zip out of these things. Cool, so the zip is called bad.zip. Okay, let's see what we can do with it. Okay, copy/B. So do a binary copy of mygif.gif plus bad.zip, and let's save it as mybad.gif. Okay, so that was quite creative file naming there. So mybad.gif now contains the data from two files. It's got a valid GIF file at the front and it's got a zip file at the end. The interesting thing about GIF files is the GIF file readers all read from the beginning of the file and stop when they reach the end of the image. So I could upload this file to any website on the internet, it would load it into an image library and go, hey, that's a perfectly fine GIF file, thanks for that. Would you like to poke me or something? And we'd be none the wiser. So that's cool if I'm a hacker with some bomb recipes that I want to keep on the internet. I can just put them onto Flickr or some image site. But how do I get them back out of the GIF?
We see that one again because that was a little small on the file. So when we double click that baby,
we're going to double click the GIF file. It just
mybad.gif, it comes up in our browser as a GIF file.
Cool.
Hey, crikey, if we save this, it actually contains your bomb recipes and the floor plan inside the zip file.
Yes, and the nice thing about GIF files
is
they read from the beginning of the file, and zip files read from the end of the file. So they're quite a happy couple. So if I rename that file with .zip on the end, double click it in Windows, Windows is smart and doesn't let me open it. It says the file's invalid, but it's still actually a valid zip file. If I open it in 7-zip, which is an alternative zip file viewer, then inside mybad.zip is my floor plan and everything else still sitting in there. So just to show you that that works. Cool, so that's one technique for putting files together, and this was actually exploited in a 2008 attack called GIFAR, where they were combining GIF files and JAR files and uploading them to image type websites and then browsing to the jar file as a Java applet. So this is a real attack, and Sun had to issue a hotfix to their Java plugin, which of course no one installs because everyone hates that installer, and that fixed it. So the next thing we want to do is, let's look at what you can do with a text file. So if I make some random text file like this and upload it to my hacking website, my Bargains website, let's see what Arnie sees when he browses to it. So I'll upload that file, and as Arnie I'll go back to the Bargains site. So pretend I'm Arnie. The resemblance is uncanny.
It is quite spooky. That's a good bit though.
Cool, so in the website, Arnie can see the intranet, he can view Java applications. So let's go in as Arnie and look at this latest application that Kirk has submitted. I see a list of files. When I click on somecontent.txt, it opens in the browser as a text file. That's cool, my web server's doing the right stuff. It's saving the file in a safe place, it's sending it back as a text file, the browser's opening it as a text file. But,
Hey, did you notice you can like that page?
I don't like that page.
You don't?
No.
Well, if you're a Facebook user, you would love that page.
So the interesting thing is, in Internet Explorer there's a feature called MIME sniffing, and to do a MIME sniffing attack, or what MIME sniffing does is, it looks at the extension of the URL, it looks at the MIME type that your web server sends back with the URL, and it also looks at the content inside the file to try and sniff what the web server really wants it to render as. So even though my file is a text file, if I put HTML in it, do JavaScript.
Oh, script tag?
Jeez. Anyone would think. So let's just put a script tag in and put hi. Is that valid JavaScript?
Oh, I could do. I would do an alert personally, but you know,
That's right.
You can do it on click. You know, it's something you have the perfect right to do.
How
It's your
embarrassing.
demo. I would
That's
love
why I'm
to see
going
that
for the
working.
customer service job.
I would love to see that going.
Okay, so I'm making it well-formed HTML at least and putting a closing tag. Cool, so let's upload that file now as my attacker. So logged in as Kirk. Put that same file up on and see what Arnie sees. So remember, he's an Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer has this feature. The feature is that text files run as HTML if they have the HTML tag at the top. What a fantastic feature that is. So if you think back to all our cross-site scripting attacks and things or that you've seen before, this is kind of an issue. Let's park that one for a second.
I think we should.
So we've got
well,
two
that's a good
things.
issue. I like that.
We've
I
got
like that.
concatenating files together. We've got text file sniffing. Okay, so what else can we do? So another type of file that I could upload is a docx file. And you've probably seen docx files before. There's this well-known product called Microsoft Office Word, which you can buy. So
it's quite good actually. You can, although you could download it through with your MSDN Universal Ultimate.
does that come with Word?
No, I don't think it does.
Oh, okay.
It's
But it comes with the
$25,000 and
tools.
It doesn't have Word.
It comes with the tools to build
No, I think it
your
does.
own word
It's Ultimate. It
processor.
has everything.
You could build a word processor using MS. Anyway. Okay, so this is my CV.
If it doesn't though, your website where you put all the hacked copies, you just download it from there. Or page of copies.
That's not what my blog's all about.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so here's my CV. It's quite professional looking. I'm proud of it. Okay, so I'm going to upload my CV and let's see the experience for Arnie.
Is
So
that your real CV for Zero?
that was. It's amazing they hired me. Cool. So Arnie's coming into the intranet again. Please pause for a message from the station. There it is. Okay, so when I click on the doc file, my web server's saying, hey, this is a docx MIME type. The browser's going, well, let's open it. And it's perfectly valid looking docx. It opens up in Microsoft Word. Cool, but
It's quite compelling.
quite compelling. It is a good product.
No, I mean your CV.
Oh, okay. That's also a good product. Okay, so what if I change the docx file extension to .zip? So you probably know that Word documents are actually zip files. Lots of things are zip files these days. So when I extract that zip file, I can fiddle around with the insides of my Word document. So let's say I've got my bomb recipe that I want to put inside a Word document and store it on my SharePoint install. You could just drag that to the inside of a zip file and rename it back to docx. Oops, I dragged it in the wrong place. So I actually want to drag it inside the docx file. Come back. Phew, wouldn't have to retype that bomb recipe. Cool. So now I can rename that back to docx. And when I was playing around with this was the point when I went, oh bummer, it doesn't work. Because Microsoft Word goes, this file is invalid and corrupt, and you suck, and there's no way I'm going to let you do that.
Well, it does contain bomb recipes.
Yeah, I mean they're in Latin, so if you want to make a bomb using, I don't know, stuff that no one understands,
Latin products.
Yeah, cool. But this is never fear. There's always something better coming along, and that would be me. So there's an XML file inside there called square brackets content types. If we open that in some kind of text editor. So inside here it has a bunch of file names and the content type that they should be. And it doesn't really matter what we put for ours, so let's pick our word processing font tails because it's kind of a nice long one. And put a new line in this XML file, and instead of the file name that's in there, let's put our file name, which I believe was bomb recipes.txt. Cool. I think it's case sensitive. Cool, and then let's just stick that content types.zip back inside our Word document and see if it opens back up. So I'll rename the Word document back to docx. Okay, and it opens back up in Word. And there's nothing invalid about this Word document. It passes all the antivirus that I tried it on, works through Gmail. Nothing is bad about this Word document, apart from the small fact that it contains how to build Latin bombs. Yeah. So think about places where Word documents end up on your internet and what could be stashed there, or perhaps other places on the web. Think about what could be inside them. Let's park that for a second. How many more seconds do I have?
I don't know, but that's parked.
Okay, cool. Okay, Silverlight. Let's park Silverlight for a second. No, I'm actually going to talk about Silverlight. So Silverlight's in vogue at the moment. Silverlight is like the cool new thing my friend Sky talks to me about every day I talk to him. And so I found this little Silverlight application. It's quite beautiful, it's blue. And what this Silverlight application does is it gets hosted inside a web page and it makes requests back to the host that it's hosted on. So this Silverlight app, if it was hosted on foo.com, could make as many calls back to foo.com as it wanted as the user that's browsing it. And we'll talk about the Silverlight security model in our second talk if we have time near the end. But the Silverlight security model runs through the browser security model. So if the user is logged into a site, Silverlight accesses the site as if it was logged in. So what this Silverlight app does is you can paste any URL from the site into it. It will fetch that URL, download the content into the Silverlight app, and let you crawl around or trawl around the site, showing you the links that are inside the content of the site. Yeah, that's what it does. Cool, so what can we do with this Silverlight app, you might ask?
So what can we do with the Silverlight app?
Good question, you might ask that. Cool. Awkward pause. So let's grab that zap file and bring it across to our malicious directory. So you might recall from Silverlight 101 that a zap file is a zip file, and a zip file is a zap file. So let's rename our zap file zip file and see what's inside the zip file as a zap file. Whoa. It has 3 files in it. I was channeling Dr. Zeus. So it has 3 files inside it, an app manifest, and 2 DLLs that my code happens to have. You'll notice that conveniently none of those file names are the same as inside our malicious Word document, which is pretty darn handy. So where's my doc? Let's rename that back to a zip file and drag the 3 new files into it, which was interactive mini-spider, and app manifest. Drag that back into our zip file. Cool, those 3 files are in there, and you'll remember that I need to edit that XML file. I could have kept that open, couldn't I? That would have been smart. Okay, go to the end, past our bomb recipes. Oh, this is going to be a file with lots of juicy stuff in it.
Very juicy.
So I want to put 3 file names in here, one for each of those. So one of them was manifest.xml, interactive mini spider, common DLL, that wouldn't work. And the last one. So sorry about that.
So you're putting a
Talk for a
Silverlight
bit.
application inside your docx.
Yeah, you might not have seen this before.
That's interesting.
Cool, so I've got 2 DLLs and a zip XML file inside my content XML. Let's just drop that back inside my Word document, replace what's there and rename the Word document. So of course, if I've typed all the names right, the Word document still opens. Oh, that did have to happen.
You see, one of your team was watching. Did you like that?
You're awesome. You're on my team. You play for my side.
He is on your team. Yes.
Swing the same way. Something awkward. Okay.
Very.
Cool. Okay, so this time. Okay, now I've got a Word doc. That's cool. Okay, now let's try check out if that still works with the Silverlight app. So where was that directory? Here. Copy the old file name and put back. Copy the new name to Zap, and I'll just reload it in the browser just to see if I've screwed anything up, because that does appear to happen often. Where did I put it?
There it is.
Too many browsers. Okay. Did I? How many people do I need to have? Hey,
He was on my team.
thank you very much. I'm so embarrassed.
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. Perhaps next year you could watch the professional hacker instead of the amateur hacker.
No, but this is good. This is good. You've earned the hat and the glasses this year.
Okay.
In fact, talking of that, so talking of earning stuff, had you heard that Kirk was in fact the New Zealand .NET user group leader of the year this year?
Wow.
Was that of the world or of New Zealand?
That was at the universe.
Which is higher up than both of those put together?
Okay. Whoever it was that gave me the answer, you got by your drink later.
Woohoo!
Okay, thank you very
Who
much.
was that? Hey!
Thank you.
You don't get the 25 grand prize, but you do get a bit.
No, yeah, we're going to save that to the next session.
Yeah, I think
cool,
so.
I better copy that one back. Okay, so it ran as a Silverlight app. We just lost a couple of minutes, and you'll never get them back. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to rename my one that actually works. To be...
But that's very cool. So for those of us who are just watching very quickly on that little minimised screen, so your docx just loaded up as a Silverlight application and as a Word document.
Oh man, I'm just pissing all over this. Thank you, Owen. You are awesome.
Okay, so that was oh, who else down here was that one? Hey, 3 beers this is cost you, mate.
Oh man.
This is quite an expensive little demo, isn't it?
At Auckland prices, I'm going to be poor really fast.
Yep.
This is live, everyone. This is real. Why don't you say you've got the wrong thing? Like when I typed it in, Owen. You've been sitting on that, haven't you? You've been thinking, I'm just going to wait
Will we notice?
and see how long it is until he notices.
It's going to look dumb.
I'm going to bring disrepute to our company.
Hooray!
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Woohoo!
There's more. Okay, so now we've got a file that I can upload to our website. So that was called my.docx. But it's a docx file. So when Ani goes along and looks in the internet, he still sees my docx. Even though it's got malicious stuff in it, it still opens in Word and nothing bad happens. How do you get XAML? How do you get Silverlight to run in the browser?
Well, don't you have to like wrap it in HTML tags?
Yeah, but I can't upload.
But we can't load actually to HTML, can we? Anyone got any clues? Stick it in a bloody text file. How did you know that?
Sweet.
Who was that?
Oh, come on.
Oh, he's up for another
I
beer.
can't afford all of this.
The drunkard in the corner.
I only get paid enough for one alcoholic beverage a day. And I have that in the morning.
I think you had a few this morning.
That would have been a good idea. Cool. So I've got my text file that looks like an HTML file. Let's stick an object tag inside it. So this is kind of a nice feature of Silverlight, is that it just uses the standard object tag that all those other browser plugins do. So I'll just copy the one out of my Visual Studio project, delete all the gibberish that I don't understand what it does,
It's always good stuff.
and just leave source equals, and the URL for this is not minispider.zap, it's my.docx. So
That'll last.
cool, so let's upload that to our website and see what happens. Has the attacker some content.txt. I probably should have made it look like a real CV text file, so that when Ani is browsing it, he'll open it, leave it sitting in his browser for a while. So let's just simulate that through the power of TV. So Ani clicks on the text file, gets the old content, and the text file runs as HTML. The HTML includes an object tag, the object tag includes a docx, the docx includes a Silverlight file, and then there's a partridge in the pear tree.
There is.
Cool.
Mate.
So that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. That's very cool.
So the day that I found that out,
So you're now running as Ani.
I was very happy. So now you remember my spider can crawl a website as Ani. So Ani's viewing this text file. He's got to open his browser, perhaps in another tab, and the Silverlight app could run. It doesn't need to show the UI, obviously, and the Silverlight security model is such that if any server on the internet says, "Hey Silverlight, you can talk to me," the Silverlight app can talk to it, so it can publish a profile thing, whatever. So
your
I could
bad
have a
website
command and
trust
control website sending commands to Silverlight apps, saying, "Hey, start crawling the site." So we'll get the first page. JavaScript. Arse. And what happens if the demo doesn't mess up? Okay, let's read the JavaScript error and see if it's something that I know how to fix.
A link error?
Seriously? It's got old content here. I'll just close that browser. I'll do an in private browsing session. Otherwise known as look at stuff you don't want your wife to see.
You use it for that as well.
Cool. Great feature.
I thought it was for your wife to browse things you didn't want to see.
Cool. Okay, well it's screwed. So what happens next, and we'll show it in the next talk when I've got it working, is that now I can crawl the Bargains website as Ani, and I can get to all the pages that Ani can see. And one of the pages, which is my target, and you'll just have to believe me that it works, is that, this is the magic of live demo, is that in here is an order status page. And in the order status page, it's got a bunch of people's orders, links to their details, their credit card numbers, their expiries, and their CVC codes.
I like it. Now that's a pretty good
where I'm
website.
gonna
I
stop.
would expect any decent product website to contain all of that information. Credit card, name, expiry, and CVC number. Because how else do you actually put through the transaction?
Cool.
Anyone else out there think that's a good idea to store this in your database? Yeah.
Cool. So that was a technical hack.
Oh, zero
of Ani.
goes.
So, over to
Okay.
social day. You've got
Okay.
5 minutes.
I do. Well, so what we'll do, so we do officially have 5, but we started 5 late, so I'll use 7.5. So, that was a pretty funky technical attack. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed. Now, so here on the social engineering side, we'll use a little bit of technical, but we'll also use a bit of social engineering as well. So, what have we got so far? We know to try and get that same target that our friend Arnie, bing, bing, there we go. So our friend Arnie manages the site. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a couple of different, more like phishing attacks, trying to get some Arnie to do some stuff for us. Now, so what have we got here? Arnie happens to, in his Gmail account, have received an email. And the email said, crikey, security issues on bargains.com. You should check this out. Crikey. Hi Arnie, there's a security flaw in your web application that's been discovered and posted on this website. Suggest you click it and find out and fix it up. So pageofwords.com, thanks to Kirk Jackson. So you found a security flaw for Arnie to go and have a look-see. Okay, well that's not a problem.
I don't know how I would have known about any security flaws in that website.
Genius.
Anyway.
Through various technical tools. So let's have a look-see. So where is Arnie? So we've just read this. We're thinking, crikey. Okay. Let's find out what's wrong. So we fire up Kirk's page of words, and after we've read through this a few times, we find that there's absolutely nothing of interest on here. No, that's not true. No, it's not true at all. No, it's a wonderful blog. But I've read through and as Arnie Blunt, I'm thinking, well, I didn't find any issues with my page. So I'm going to go back to my normal everyday work. So what's my normal work entail? I'm browsing around.
You're a marketing guy. So
I'm a marketing guy. I've got a bunch of different stuff going on.
Facebook.
I can check my mail. I can go to Bing. I've got a Facebook page that was open. In fact, I'll go back to my Facebook page that I had open before. It seems to have logged out for some reason. So I'm just going to log in to my Facebook page. Did anyone out there kind of notice the little tweak that just happened so far? Ooh, yeah, good point. Tab refresh. Do we all get that? I'll just do that again just before I log into Facebook here. Because, what was that one? So hang on a moment. I went to have a look at Page of Words. And this is Kirk's groovy, funky. Yep, no, absolutely love it. Again, didn't find what I'm looking for. But that's cool. So again, I'm clicking around my normal everyday tabs, of which I know that I've got my Facebook link is up there. And I'm clicking around doing stuff, and without me kind of noticing, there's this little technique called tab nabbing. And so what tab nabbing is about? Well, let me see. I could have just emailed Arnie a link to badfacebook.com and said, please log into Facebook. And he might have been dumb enough to actually do so. So this technique here, tab nabbing, is slightly different. The idea here is that I've taken him to a completely innocent-looking website. So what it does is, whilst I'm not watching the tab, it updates itself with somewhere that it believes I'm going to be going to.
And you can figure out where someone's visiting by looking at things such as CSS,
Yep.
JavaScript files they've got loaded, whether they've visited a certain URL. So you can tell that someone's already logged into Facebook
Indeed.
from basically your own website.
Or from what we've done here, we're targeting Arnie and we're targeting bargains. So what are we going to do? So again, we've actually got a not real Facebook account. So Arnie.blunt@gmail. I'll actually put us in not Arnie's real password because we're going to pop it up on the screen. So Arnie logs in here. And what we do, so this little thing that's popping up on the screen, ArnieBlunt@gmail.com, password 123, incorrectly spelt. So the reason this is popping up is just to view our tab nabbing page on the way through. So what we've done is we've cloned the Facebook, we capture Arnie's credentials on the way through. Then there's two techniques that we might use. So the first one is, poof. Sorry Arnie, your account's temporarily unavailable due to site maintenance. Oh well. So, never mind. But it
in a few hours.
doesn't actually matter. By this point, we've already harvested Arnie's login credentials from Facebook. So that's cool. Now, of course, one of the biggest issues that we now have is, again, user error. So what do we expect Arnie's bargains.com password to be? The same as his Facebook. Why would it not be? Because he's got a hard password policy. He's made sure it contains 12 characters, uppercase, lowercase. It's the name of the dog, where the date of the week that he was born, plus 3 letters of his favourite song, and his wife's birthday.
That sounds like Sarah Palin's password.
I think it was actually. And so, what we've actually got here is, again, so if we now log in as Arnie Blunt, password 123, again, that gets us straight into the bargains.com website. So in fact, we've done nothing more than harvest his credentials through tab nabbing, and remember, tab nabbing is just a process by which It's a form of phishing. We send them a phishing email, come to my website, nothing special. We then clone that with what could be a Gmail, could be a Facebook, and then we pump in straight through. And a different technique we could have used, as long as the demo gods are looking down on us favourably, is we could have done a tab nabbing with a live login. So a variation on a theme. So this one's here the same, but it's using a slightly different technique by which we'll move away from the page. We'll wait for a few seconds. So the code sits behind and says, look, I'm going to wait until you've not looked at me for a little period of time. Then I'm going to sneakily update myself with where I want to be. And so this one here we'll put in the real password. And
Man, that's a long password.
if all things are fair and equal, so we actually hide the password, it wasn't XXX,
We stole it.
but just to show we're picking it up on the way through, and we steal it, and welcome to Facebook, Arnie. So in fact we've gone the extra level here, that what we've actually done is we took into our tab nabbing page, which was mocked up to look like Facebook, we harvested credentials on the way through, and then passed them straight through to Facebook to actually log ourselves in. And that's a little nastier as well, because now Arnie's got no idea of what's happened, he just went back to a Facebook page that was timed out. So again, through social engineering, what have we done? Arnie was dumb enough to click our link, look at our page, not realise it redirected to Facebook, and then reusing his passwords across all the sites that he's got.
I reckon
That's me done.
Mine was cooler even if it was 21 minutes longer.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode of 0 Days. Thank you for watching. Let's end with a round of Let's Be Honest.
Let's be honest.
So let's be honest. Silverlight embedded in your docx is nasty juju.
Let's be honest. Bomb recipes embedded in a zip file is also nasty juju.
Let's be honest, running text files as HTML in the browser, that's probably a great idea, but bad juju.
Let's be honest. Andy's 0 day exploits are nothing compared to his hero day exploits.
And let's be honest, staying up late at night getting poked by Kirk is really just bad.
Let's be honest. If you want to win this MSDN subscription, you should come back.
At 2:55.
2:55.
Yeah, do you know when it is? Okay, it's today.
I'll be here. Don't worry.
Yeah, today. It's not tomorrow. Today in this theatre.
Cool. Thank
Very
you very
good,
much
that's
for
us.
coming. Come back at 2:55.
Any questions later?